Hello. This is a recording of the surviving text of The Pride of Life. It isn't a full production, it's based on a rough recording made during rehearsals for a reconstruction of the play, produced in 2015. So whilst I've cleaned it up a bit, it does contain some background noise, the odd fluffed line, and a few minor textual changes that can't be substituted neatly. For this recording, I've denoted the major parts of the play that are missing with white noise, rather than include any new dialogue or bits used from other plays of the period, which we used in the full production, a live recording of which is also to be found online. Because the prologue to the play was performed in our production by the whole company, but originally would have been performed by a solo speaker, I have recorded a new version to open this track. Peace and hearken all ifer, rich and poor, young and old, men and women that beeth here, both levit and lout, stout and bold. Lordings and ladies that beeth hend, hearkeneth all with mild mood, how our game shall gin and end. Lord as well speed that shed his blood. Now standeth still and beeth hend, and prayeth all for the weather, and ye shall, or ye hence wend, be glad that ye come hither. Here ye shall in hear spell of mirth and eke of care, hearkeneth, and I will you tell how the proud shall fare. Of the King of Life I will you tell, he standeth first before all men that beeth of flesh and fell, and of woman ybore. He is forsooth strong to stand, and is becoming of king, giveth laws in eke land, and has dread of no thing. In pride and liking his life he leadeth, lordlich he looketh with eye. Prince and dukes he seeth him dreadeth, he dreadeth no death for to die. He hath a lady lovelich old liking, ne may he of no mirth minimiss. He seeth in sweetness he will set his liking, and bring his bale bound into bliss. Knights he hath comelich in breadth and in length, knew I never none such of cunning ne of strength. What helpeth to yelp much of his might, or boast too much of his bliss? Ne sorrow may sit in his sight, and mirth may he not miss. Here stands also the lady of land, the fairest a lord for to lead. Glad may he be for to stand, and behold that blissful bled. That lady is literate in lore, as comely becomes it for a queen, and muneth her mate evermore, as a dare for dread him to teen. She bid him beware, or he smart, for in his land death will aland. As she loveth him ghostlich in heart, she bid him beware of his hand. She began it to charp of care, these words without leasing, Death doth not spare knights Kaiser ne king. Now, Lord, leave thy liking, which bringeth the soul great bale. This answer she had of the king, Yea, this is a woman's tale. The king it ne took not to heart, for it was a woman's speech, and yet it made him to smart, when him might help no leech. The queen began to understand what help there might be, and sent after the bishop of the land, for he chout more than he. He came and preached all that he calth, and warned him wholly of his end. It savoured not in the king's mouth, but home he bade him wend. When the bishop was home went from that stern strife, to death a messenger then sent was by the King of Life. The king him would do understand that all he may dell and dight, he ne would come into his own land on him to quit his might. Death cometh. He dreameth a dreadful dream, well aught all care, and slew father and mother, and then him he ne would none spare. Soon after it befell that death and life beeth together a take, and ginneth and striveth a stern strife the king of life to rake. With him driveth adown to ground, he dreadeth nothing his knights, and dealeth him deep death's wounds, and kith on him his mights. When the body is down y-brought, the soul sorrow awaketh, the body's pride is dear abought, the soul the fiends taketh. And through prayer of Our Lady mild, all goodness she will requite. She will pray her Son so mild, the soul and body shall despite. The cause that ne'er knew of care, no more than stone in way, shall know of sorrow and sore care, and lie between them tway. The soul thereon shall bewray, that the fiends hath he caught, and Our Lady shall therefore pray, so that with her he shall be left. Now beeth in peace, and beeth hend, and disturbeth not our place, for this our game shall gin and end, through Jesu Christ's sweet grace.
Peace now, ye princes of power so proud, ye kings, ye kemps, ye knights, ye corn, ye barons bold that beeth me about. Hear now my sword, ye swains, ye sworn. Squire stout, stand it now still, and listeneth to my hests. I wot you now here, or I shall wert you woe. With works of will, and down shall ye drive, be ye never so dear. King I am, kin of kings icor, all the wide world to wield at my will. Was there never no man of womany born against me withstand that I knowed him spill? Lords of land be at my leading, all men shall bow in hall and in bower.
Boldly thou art my boot, trusty and full true. Of all my rest thou art root, I nil change for no new.
All in well I am bewent, me no graceful thing me grove. Liking is with me be lent, all thing is at my behove. Strength and health, knights ket, doughty darest indeed. Look that for no thing ye let smartly to me speed. Bring it with you, bright brands, helms bright and sheen, for I am lord over all lands, and that is well y-seen.
Lord, in truth thou might trist faithfully to stand. Thou might live as thee list, for of plenty is thou fand. I am strength, stiff and strong, never is such none in all this world broad and long, imade of blood and bone. Have no doubt of no thing that ever may befall. I am strength, thy darling, flower of knights all.
King of life that bearest the crown, as it is skill and might, I am health, I come to tend thy kind courteous knight. Thou art lord of limb and life, and king without an end, stiff and strong and stern in strife, in land where thou wend. Thou hast no need to sigh sore, for no thing on life, thou shalt live for evermore, who dare with thee strive.
Strive? Nay, to me who is so good, it were but folly. There is no man me dare both any villainy. Whereof should I dread, when I am king of life? Full evil should he speed to me that virtuous strife. I shall live evermore, and crown bear as king. I may never wit of woe, I live at my liking.
Sire, thou sayest as thee list, thou livest at thy will, but something that thou missed, and therefore hold thee still. Think, thou hadst beginning when thou wert ybore, and but thou make good ending, thy soul is forlore. Love God and holy church, and have of him some eye. Fond his works for to work, and think that thou shalt die.
Deuce damn, why sayest thou so? Thou speakst not as thee sly. I shall live evermore, for both to thine eye. Wouldest thou that I were dead, that thou might have a new? Whore, the devil gird off thy head, and that word shall thee rue.
Dead, sire? Nay, God wot my will that ne kept I naught. It would like me full ill were it thereto brought. Yet, though thou be king, need shalt have end. Death overcometh all things, howsoever we wend.
Ye damn, thou hast words fail, it cometh thee of kind. This is but woman's tale, and that I will thee find. I shall never die, for I am king of life. Death is under mine eye, and therefore leave thy strife. Thou dost but make mine heart sore, for it will not help. I pray thee, speak of him no more, why volte of him yelp?
Yelp, sire? Nay, so mote I thee, I sig it not therefore. But kind teach it both thee and me. First when we were bore, for doubts of death's mastery, to weep and make sorrow, holy writ and prophecy thereof I take to borrow. Therefore, whilst ye have might and the world at will, I rede ye serve God Almighty both loud and still. This world is but fantasy and full of treachery. Good sire, for your courtesy, take this for no folly. God knows well the truth, I need say it for no fable. Death will smite to thee, in faith, look thou be stable.
What? Preachest thou of death's might and of his mastery? He need durst once with me fight for his both eye. Strength and health, what say ye, my kind Corin knights? Shall death be lord over me and relieve me of mights?
My lord, so break I my bond, God that me forbid, that death should do thee wrong while I am in thy feed. I will withstand him with strife, and make his sides bleed, and tell him that thou art king of life, and lord of land and lead.
May I him once meet with this long lance, in field or in street, I will give him mischance.
Yea, these be knights of courtesy, and doughty men of deed. Of death ne of his mastery ne have I no dread. Where is Mirth my messenger, swift as leaf on lind? He is a noble bachelor that runs by the wind. Mirth and solace he can make, and run so that lightly leap o'er the lake wheresoever he go. Come and hear my talent, anon and hie thee blithe, where any man as thou hast went, durst with me to strive.
King of life and lord of land, as thou sits on thy sea, and flourishest with thy bright brand, to thee I sit on knee. I am Mirth, well thou wot'st, thy merry messenger, that wot'st thou well, without boast. There never was my peer, doubtly, to have done a deed, that ye have fought you done. Hen to Berwick upon Tweed, and come again full soon. There is nothing thee alike in all of this world wide, of gold and silver and robes rich, and high horse on to ride. I have been both far and near, in battle and in strife. Oh, there was never thy peer, for thou art king of life.
Aha, Solace, now thou sayest so, thou merriest me in my mood. Thou shalt, boy, ere thou hence go, be advanced by the rood. Thou shalt have, for thy good will, to thine advancement, the castle of Gallispur on the hill, and the earldom of Kent. Draw the cord, sire strength, rest I will now take. On earth in breadth ne length, ne was ne'er yet my make.
Messenger, I pray thee now for thy courtesy. Go to the bishop for thy prow. Bid him hither to hie, bid him beware before. Say him he must preach, my lord the king is no law, but he will be his leech. Say him he leaves not that ever he shall die. He is in such error brought, of God stands him none I.
Madam, I make no tarrying, with soft words mow, for I am Solace. I must sing over all where I go. Sire Bishop, thou sittest on thy sea, with thy mitre on thy head. My lady, the queen, prayeth thee, it should not be believed.
The world is now so woe in such bale bound, that dread of God is all a go, and truth has gone to ground. Wealth is made a judge man, strength beeth the law, guile is made a merchant man, and truth is done to door. Wit is now all treachery, oaths false and great. Love is now but lechery, and courtesy is let. Play is villainy, children beeth ignorant, and holy day is gluttony. These laws beeth unwrit. Slet clever men beeth blind, and looketh all amiss, they becometh unkind. That is Ruth the wis. Friends may no man find of stranger nor of sib, and dead being out of mind, great sorrow it is to lib. These rich men beeth ruthless, the poor goeth to ground, and false men beeth shameless, the truth I have found. It is wrong the rich knight all the poor doth, that is seen day and night, whatso will say sooth. Peradventure men call me a fool to say the sooth tale. They fare it as fishes in a pool. The great eateth the small. The rich spare for no thing to do the poor wrong. They thinketh not on their ending, ne on death that is so strong. They neither loveth God, ne dreadeth neither him nor his laws. Towards hell fast him draweth against their ending days. But God, for his goodness, give him grace to amend. For into this doleful darkness thee go without end. There is dread and sorrow, and woe without end well. No man may other borrow, be he never so fell. Lord, that for thy manhead and also for thy good, For love and not for dread died upon the rood. Give thy grace of life to let that be thy soul's remedy. God of heaven in his Godhead, love that it so be. Amen. Sire King, think on thine end and how thou shalt die, what way that thou shalt wend, but thou be busy. Eke that thou art short-lived man, and haddest beginning, and evermore have thoughts upon thy dreadful ending, thou shalt think on, and make thee ever yar. For death is not the man, for no thing will thee spare. Thou shalt do deeds of chariot, and learn Christ's law, and live in heaven lit to save thy soul fro sore.
What? Bishop babbler, should I of death have dread? Thou art but a chagler, go home thy way, I read. But come thou therefore hither, with death me to a fear. Get thou and he both together into the sea Scot air. Go home, God give thee sorrow, thou iris me in my mood. Where wilt thou preach tomorrow, thou know'st ne'er by the rood? Trowst thou I would be dead in my young life? Thou liest, screw, bolthead, evil mot thou thrive. What should I do at church? What? Sir Bishop was to err? Nay, church, there is no wildcat that will abide there. I will let care away, and go on my pettying, to hunting and to other play, for all thy long preaching. I am king, as thou might see, and have no need to char, the while the queen and my mean about me be it yar.
Think, Sire King, one other tryst, that thing that thou missed soon, that thou live now as thee list, but death will come right soon, and give thee death's wounds for thine outrage within a little stound. Then art thou but a page. When thou art graven on green, there meets flies with mould, and helpeth little, I ween, thy gay crown of gold. Sire King, have good day. Christ I you beteach.
Farewell, Bishop, thy way, and learn better to preach. Now, by my fay, it shall be seen, I trow it the day where death me does teen and meet in the way. Where art thou, my messenger? Solace by thy name. Look that thou go far and wide, as thou wilt have no blame. My bands for to cry by days and by night, and look that thou espy by all thy might, of death and of his mastery, where he durst come in sight, against me and my many with force of arms to fight. Look that thou go both east and west, and come again anon.
Lord, to wend I am pressed. Lo, now I am gone. Peace, and listeneth to my sore, both young and old, as ye will not be a slaw, be ye never so bold. I am a messenger sent by the King of Life, that ye shall fulfil his talent, on pain of limb and life, his hest to hold, and his law, each man in hand, lest ye be hanged, or to draw, or cast in hard band. Ye witten well that he is king, and lord of all lands, keeper and master of all thing, within sea and sands. I am sent for to inquire about far and near, if any man dare war arrear against such a bachelor, to wrath for hell he was a bore, that would with him strive. Be him secure, he is ill, as here in this life, though it were the king of death, and he so hardy were. But he ne hath, might ne meth, the king of life to a fear. Be he so hardy or so would, in this land to arrive, he will see his heart's blood, and he with him strive.
The Pride of Life, an anonymous morality play, was recorded and edited by Robert Crighton as part of the Before Shakespeare project. Full cast listing and production notes can be found on the Before Shakespeare blog.